Step back.
You were there, Michonne. You saw what Negan did.
You think Glenn would want this? For you to go through me to get to him?
I don't know what he'd want.
Hey guys, Kiwi here. In this video, I'll be breaking down and analyzing the first sneak peek promo for Season 9, Episode 5 of The Walking Dead, What Comes After. With that being said, major warning of spoilers for everything in the show up to episode 904, and let's jump right into this. So although episode 905 will be the final episode for Rick Grimes, it seems as though it'll cut back and forth between a few scenes at Alexandria. I hope it's mostly focused on Rick, but we'll have to wait and see. Maggie is also leaving the show by episode 906 apparently, so they gotta set that up as well. So the next episode, Rick leaves the show, and then the episode after that, Maggie leaves the show as well. She'll probably end up going to visit Georgie or something, but not until after she deals with Negan, which is what this sneak peek consists of.
I don't know, because I never got to say goodbye.
You wouldn't want it, Maggie. Your father wouldn't want this. You know this.
The only thing I had, the one thing I had, was knowing I was going to see Glenn's murderer die. And you took it from me.
So taking it back, what the hell is that gonna do?
It's going to start things over.
No. It's gonna start something else.
It starts out with Michonne telling Maggie to back off as they're standing in front of the house Negan is being kept prisoner in. And so although Rick's message to not let Maggie into Alexandria never arrived because Oceanside, at least Michonne was able to see Maggie arrive and talk to her. It was 2 episodes ago that Maggie decided to pay Negan a visit, but last episode she stopped briefly at the hilltop to collect supplies and she talked to Jesus, and then she left the hilltop with the Kingdom soldier Archer Diane to go to Alexandria. Now at Alexandria, Maggie says how Michonne was there for Glenn's murder and that she saw how horrific it was. What Michonne responds with next is probably my main argument, which is that Glenn wouldn't want Maggie to get revenge like this. The man is behind bars, he's not a threat anymore. If Glenn was alive and it was Rick who would have died, I bet Glenn would have argued with Michonne to keep Negan alive as well. Glenn wouldn't want Maggie to kill Negan, and Maggie's response of implying, well, I don't know what he'd want because he's not here for me to ask him, isn't really a fair answer. Yes, that is a kind of brutal point, but she's lying to herself, and that answer is more of a deflection than anything. She knows what Glenn would want, and what he's always wanted, to give someone a chance to become a better person. That being said, Maggie explains that the one thing that fueled her through the war was revenge against Glenn's murderer, and that it's unfair how the ability to decide what happened to him was taken away from her. Although I agree with that, I also agree with what Jesus told her last episode, that her going to go and kill Negan on her own behind Rick's back would be making the same type of mistake that Rick made in the first place. What they should have done was create a council of people who can decide on a punishment altogether, but that's another discussion topic for another time.
If he'd butchered Rick in front of you instead of Glenn,
Maggie.
if you had a child to raise alone because of him, he would have been dead a long time ago, and you know it.
Finally, although I have to side with Michonne, this sneak peek does close out with Maggie making another solid point. She says that if Negan hypothetically murdered Rick instead of Glenn, that Michonne would have had Negan dead a long time ago, and she knows it. Although that may be the case, the circumstances are different now. The main reason why Rick keeps Negan alive in the TV show is so that Carl's death wasn't for nothing, as Rick is trying to make Carl's dream of the future come true. Who knows what would have happened if things were the other way around, but there are a bunch of reasons that causes Rick and Michonne to spare Negan's life, even though Michonne isn't entirely on board with it. Maybe Michonne would have wanted revenge against Negan just like how Maggie did, but I'm not sure if she would have actually killed him. Michonne thinks that they should create a government system to solve issues like this instead of one leader from one of the communities, but I'll discuss that more in one of my future videos where I break down exactly why Maggie decided to only go and kill Negan now after waiting for so long during the time skip. With that being said, I'd appreciate a like on the video if you've enjoyed anything I've said today, as it really helps me out more than you can imagine. Feel free to subscribe for more Walking Dead content in the near future, and if you'd like to take that extra step in helping support the channel, consider checking out my Patreon as well. Follow me on Twitter too if you'd like, link to both of those in the description. I'm fairly active on Twitter even when I'm not posting videos, and I'm always retweeting everything I can involving the Walking Dead universe. But anyways guys, as always, I thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.